Our 2 cents.
With Oscar.
Welcome back to Our 2 Cents. We're back at Raxa Studios doing it again. Our 2 Cents, WOscar.com. Our 2 Cents on all social media. Thank you for all your support. Please hit that subscribe button on the YouTube. It's free to you and it means the world to me. Now, it is National Day for Almonds. National Almond Day. Now, if you're an almond milk lover, you might as well be drinking this. Do almonds have starch? And it doesn't matter anyways. Well, but it is National Almond Day. On February 16th, each year, National Almond Day recognizes the versatile and healthful almond. This delicious nut is native to the Middle East and thrives in warm, dry, with mild winters. Now, if you were to ask me, that sounds a lot like the weather in California. I don't know if I would call, well, maybe in Central California, but mild winters. I don't know about mild winters because for California, they are pretty bad. Now, whether you are eating them by themselves, using almond milk, pasta, flour, who the fuck puts almonds on their pasta? Flour, butter, well, I can see that making bread. Oil or meal almonds offer a delicious flavor among many health benefits. Almonds are one of the most healthy foods on the market, packed with vitamin E, magnesium, and fiber. Now, I know vitamin E is an essential mineral, vitamin, but what is it for? I don't know. No one knows. Nobody that at least I would like to say maybe 80% of the people who take vitamins take them because they have been recommended by doctors, by other health physicians. I don't know if you call them that way, or other fitness enthusiasts. Now, I take them because they say they're good for you. But anyways, but going back to the most heart healthy foods. Now, pistachios. Now, that's where it's at. Don't come at me with this dry almond crap. The almond's dry. It hardly has any grease. You know what I like to do with my almonds? I like to put like 3 or 4, maybe even 10 of them. And let's just say a handful of almonds. I'll just throw a handful of almonds in my mouth and start just chewing them until I make butter in my mouth. That's how disgusting almonds are. Anyways, it is also, now this today is my day, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary folks, and everybody in between and on the sides. Now this right here is my day. National Do a Grouch a Favor. Now, if you know me, you got to do me a favor. Because I am the biggest grouch you'll ever know. Don't piss me off because I'll be mad with you for years and years to come. No, I won't. I try to get over it quick. I just remember it forever. But National Do a Grouch a Favor Day. National Do a Grouch a Favor Day is Call to Kindness on February 16th. I guess it makes perfect sense, right? After the day of love and friendship. I guess getting angry people something would be, doing something good for them. Everyone knows a grouch, and some of us be guilty of being one, aka me. On February 16th, maybe you can be the one to find the sweeter side of a grouch. I got plenty of sweet sides. I'm a nice, kind person. I'm not an asshole, but if you're an asshole to me, people always love saying that, and sometimes most people aren't really that much of assholes when they do that. But anyways, for some, it's in their nature to be grouches all of the time, while others maybe just having a rough day or two. Now, I think that's me. I think that one right there is me. Maybe I have many rough days throughout the week. Maybe 4 and 2 good days. Not my house, but because of work. Now, the last 2 weeks had been weeks full that were fucked up that made me become a grouch. But that's not here nor there. When I quit, I will talk all the shit I want, and hopefully the platform's a little bigger so that it's heard, and then people will know what kind of fucked up houses they bought. But anyways, do a grouch a favor. We have an opportunity to turn the grouches frowns upside down. Anyways, so if you have a grouch in your family or you know one, do them a favor. It might change things. For sure, definitely will. Now that we got that out of the way, happy National Day, Almond Day, and do a grouch a favor. And for all of you that didn't get any love on February 14th, sucks to suck. I was working too. So, my wife didn't get nothing to eat. Or she did get something, but it wasn't like it should have been because I was at work. But it doesn't matter. When the plans get to where we want to get, then, that's when you're going to get rewarded. Women, anyways. Anyways. And now I bring to you my friend Ken Miller. This is the 206th episode. He is a ex-military veteran, I should have said, comedian out of Orlando, Florida. Check out his IG, TikTok, and he's been his Facebook as well. I'm sorry, and he's been on tour last year. He went on tour last year for 45 weekends. He's been in the game of comedy for 15 years, and I present to you again, Mr. Ken Miller. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Perfect. I can hear you good. Excuse me. How you doing, man? Finally,
What's up, brother?
Finally, I get to talk to you. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce yourself, and then tell us what you do and all that good jazz, and also plug everything you have going on as well, please.
All right, man. Let me know when you're ready to rock and roll.
Let's do it.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. What's up, family? My name is Ken Miller. I am a comedian out of Orlando, Florida. You can find me on Instagram, Ken Miller 30, Facebook, Ken Miller Comedy, TikTok vids by Ken. I've been doing comedy 15 years. I toured the United States doing comedy. Actually, last year was my best year, dude. I did like 45 weekends on the road. I've been super busy,
Nice.
man. But during the day, I got a regular job, but at night, I'm a stand-up comic, and I also have my own radio show as well out of Orlando
Awesome.
called Real Laughs. You can find us as well, Real Laughs, and then you can listen to us as well at night, nationally. But we local. But if you want to listen to us, you can listen to us online as well.
iHeartRadio, correct?
iHeart Regio, bro.
Awesome, awesome. Good to hear that. Oh man, I wasn't. I just liked what you were doing with your TikTok when I sent you your message, and then I went in a little bit more and seeing what you were doing, and I was like, this guy does two of the things that I've always aspired to do, but I've never had the goals to do it.
And what's that?
There's the comedy and your radio. Because as a kid, I remember I used to grab the tape recorders and just record myself just doing stupid shit like all the
Yeah.
time. And as I grew up, I never pursued it until I came across podcasting, and I was like, okay, here it is. And I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it because I was scared of doing it because I didn't think I could have a conversation with anybody because out in the real world.
Well, that's the hard thing about comedy. Comedy is a one man sport. You don't have a band behind you. If your singing ain't good, you ain't got backup singers. You know what I mean? It's just
Right.
you, a bar stool, a microphone, and a big light on you, and 300 plus people who you've never met in your life. So I've always wanted to be a comic since I was a kid. I was the
Awesome.
funniest person. I'm number 8 of 11 children.
Oh,
I was the
okay. That's a
funniest
big
person. I
family.
was the funniest person in my class. I was voted most funniest, most likely to succeed in
Nice.
Hollywood. All that jazz. And I wanted to be a comic, but I ended up going to the military instead. So I
Okay.
did 9 years in the army, and when I was in the army, I tried comedy one time, and it was terrible. So I didn't do comedy again until I was 29 years old. And I wrote a 5 minute set. I started here in Orlando at a club called the Why Not Lounge, out to my Springs. I wrote a 5 minute set because when you're gonna stage, you only get 5 minutes for your first time up.
Okay.
And I took like 30 of my coworkers because
Oh.
I was able to talk in front of people I knew. But if I didn't know you,
Makes
I
sense.
couldn't, I didn't know what I was doing. So that helped me get over my nerve of stand up was I took my coworkers. So the first time I took them, I was like, okay, well I can do this. And I had a great set. I came back the next week by myself and I bombed. Like it was
Wow.
awful. But I got over that fear of getting in front of a group of strangers. You know what I
Right.
mean? Once you get over that fear, I tell everybody all the time, if you ever in your life think you want to be a comic, try it. Just write a 5 minute set and go try it. Now you ain't got to do it professionally. It ain't got to be something that you do the rest of your life. But if you've ever wanted to try it, write a 5 minute set, invite your friends and family out, go to an open mic and do it. And
Okay.
then you ain't got to ever do it again.
Here's what I find
Just do
really
it.
confusing. Yeah, clearly that's the only solution to doing something that you really want to do is just do it. Just jump at it. But here's what I have trouble with when I try to sit down and write. I don't feel confident enough on what I'm writing, and I don't feel like anything that I've written is funny. So how do you? What format
So
do
if,
you?
well, my thing with that is if you wrote stuff and you don't think it's funny, what makes you think you can be a comedian? What makes you think that you're funny enough to be a comic?
Well, that's the thing.
If it's something you say, I've always wanted to try stand up, but you say everything you write down is not funny. What makes you think you can do stand up?
For me personally, is just the wanting to make people laugh and to give it a try.
Okay, do you
But
make people laugh now?
uh, I mean, I gotten a couple of giggles. I mean, I'm not saying
Yeah. Hey, well, hey man, I done dunked a basketball, but I ain't in the NBA. You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? Eh, that's the thing about comedy, man. It's hard.
It seems
It's
easy though.
very, very, and it does because you see somebody up there, like you could ever come see me or you watch any of my clips, you're like, wow, this dude is funny. But you got to think about the shitty open mics I had to do
To
to
get
get
there.
that joke to be good, or the amount of
Okay.
times I did that joke for it to finally be good. Be terrible, 8 or 9 times, and I finally get it to where I want it to be. You know what I mean?
Uh,
So trust me, there's a lot of people write some stuff down and you're like, man, that shit ain't funny. And then you get on stage and you say it and people laugh. You be like, I didn't think that was gonna work like that. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to be a comic,
right.
first of all, you got to think that you're funny. You can't be like, I
Okay.
get a few giggles. You got to think, nah, motherfucker, I'm funny. Like I make people laugh. You know what I'm saying? If that's something you want to pursue, and even if it's not something you want to pursue, you just want to try it.
That's
I
where I'm
mean,
at.
you know what I'm saying? You know the blueprint of comedy. You watch comedy specials. So, you write 5 minutes that's funny about you and your life and you get on stage and do 5 minutes. And it's that simple. And I'm not, not saying that you got to do it the rest of your life.
Right.
That it ain't got to be like that. It could just be something you try once and that was it for you and you move on. But I
Right.
tell you all the time, if you want to do it, because you'll get on stage and see how hard that shit is. Like it's hard. Like people see it's like right now Ti is doing stand up.
Oh, he
You
jumped
know what I
into
mean? Like
that?
yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't
The
aware.
the rapper he's
Right,
doing
right.
stand up, and I'm
That's cool.
and from what I hear, he's not doing that good.
But
but
it's
but
work, right?
I think people see comedians on stage and be like, oh man, I can do that shit. And then you get up there and realize, man, I can't do
No,
this
I
shit.
can't do
This is
it.
hard. This is way harder than I thought.
Well, you know what? I just want to do it just because I wanted to. I mean, not do it, but I want to try it because I want to challenge myself and I want to get over certain fears that I have. And one of my fears is also public speaking. And doing that would give me a opportunity to get out of that box where I've always stayed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But a lot of people will do comedy just to get over the fear of public speaking.
Huh.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like I mean, if you really think about it right now, you've already got out of the fear. You reached out to a dude on Instagram that you saw his TikTok videos and was like, I want to interview this guy.
Well, it was more like I
Like
want to
that
talk to
right there.
him.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like putting together your podcast and trying to make it successful. You getting over that fear of just talking to somebody that you don't
Right.
know. And
Right.
that's a portion of stand up, man. You're getting in front of a crowd of, however many people, 10, 20, 100, 300, Kevin Hart, 100,000
Hmm.
of people who don't know you. Well, they know Kevin Hart, but for somebody like me, when I'm going out of town and doing shows for the first time in cities, these people don't know me. You know what I
Right.
mean? So to get in front of them and make those people laugh, dude, that's monumental, bro. That's monumental. So I commend you on the fact that you doing this.
Thank you.
You had a fear of speaking in front of people, but you were able to put a podcast together. That's dope.
So far, I
So
mean, I
pat yourself on the back, man.
thank you, thank you. I definitely need to do that. Sometimes, I don't give myself credit enough for what I've. I don't even want to call it accomplishment yet because it's not where I want to go. But I probably should, because it's something that I'm trying to build. But
Yeah, yeah. It's an accomplishment in the fact that you're doing it.
of course,
Rather, if you start a small business and and your small business is T-shirts and you sell 4 T-shirts, well,
that's an
guess what? You did it.
accomplishment.
You accomplished that goal. I want to sell something to be my own business owner, and you did it. So you like, I want to start a podcast. So you
Right.
did it, and this podcast, you never know, in a few years could lead to radio. It could
S-
lead to
something.
it's we got podcasters that I'm in Orlando. We got podcasters that do their podcast at the Improv on stage, and then comedians come
Right.
do comedy, and then they do their podcast. Well, you never know what it's gonna lead to. So right now, like I said, once again, pat yourself on the back. Look how
Thank
far
you.
you got
You know what?
right now.
Also, I thought of leaning more into trying to do comedy because I know that it'll help me do this as well, and and I want to be good in front of crowds as well as in front of a camera, creating or doing something, because I don't want
Yeah.
to. I don't want it to go from like say one day it does become successful, which I'm looking to do it, uh, say one day it does become successful, then I don't want to present myself in front of a crowd and just be like, uh, I don't want to have that moment. So I
Well,
rather
yeah, and with comedy that'll help too, but at the same time, it's just also being confident with yourself, getting in front of people. Like now, now it doesn't. It's second nature for me to walk in the room, get in front of people, and just start being funny, even if it's not comedy. Me and my wife will go somewhere and she'll tell you, I'm gonna be the life of the party.
that's
Everybody gonna
good.
know I'm there.
That's good. That's good. That's good that
Everybody, and
everybody knows.
that's who I've always been since a kid. But comedy kind of, really pushed it out there for me.
Uh, what's the biggest show you've had?
I did a show. The most people I want to say was like two shows. One of them was about 10,000. It was
Wow.
both of them were outdoor shows, and I hate outdoor shows, but both of them were outdoor shows, and they were really good. One of them I did is called the Oddball Festival, and then
I've
the
heard
other
of
one
it.
I opened for a friend of mine named Preacher Lawson. I don't know if you watch America's Got Talent, but he was one of the top 10 finalists on America's Got Talent. He's a
Okay.
comic, a
Good.
friend of mine. He's actually like my comedy brother, and he was at the Dr. Phillips here in Orlando, and I think he probably had about 3,000 people in his
Wow.
crowd.
Wow.
So, but I've also performed for two people.
Okay.
So,
Oh, I mean,
you know what I mean? So,
which
you
one?
know what I mean? Like when
What's
it,
more scarier, 2 or 10,000?
oh, 3,000.
Oh, you said 3,000,
Two
not
two
10.
people is intimate. It's just like having a conversation.
Oh,
Man.
okay. Okay.
It's like having a conversation, but getting in front of 3,000 people. You know what I mean? Dude, I'm nervous
That's
before every show. It could be 40 people. I'm nervous before every show. I always have like a weird nervousness before comedy shows.
I. You have to. I mean, I don't think it gets any easier. You probably just get used to doing it. That's what it
Yeah, you
is.
get used to doing it, and it'll be some comedians that's like, man, I don't bother me. this easy for me, and for me it's easy for me, but you just never know sometimes you never know what crowd you're gonna get. You might get the crowd that's paying attention, or you might get the crowd that's drunk as hell,
And you get all
and,
the
and they want
hecklers.
to talk to you all night. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know
Yeah.
what you're gonna get sometimes, but usually, nine times out of ten, you get a crowd that's really good. They're there for comedy, and they want to have a good time, and that's dope.
All right, that's good. How long did you say you were doing this?
15 years.
15 years.
I've been
That's a
doing
long time.
stand up
That's
for
right. Yeah, you did
15
say
years. Yeah,
15.
man.
In the 15 years that you've been doing it, I'm pretty sure you've had to have kicked somebody out.
Yeah, I kick people out all the time.
What's the
Like
most memorable one for you?
I do. Oh man. You know what? Just recently, I
Oh,
had to
okay.
I throw a lady out, and she was drunk. She was heckling and talking, and I was just like, I don't go back and forth with the audience.
Okay.
Like for me, people are more embarrassed to be kicked out. They want you to make fun of them. They like, look at your ugly shirt. Look at they want that.
Okay.
They don't want to get thrown out because they're embarrassed because they got to do the walk of shame out the door.
In front of
So
everybody.
I throw this lady out, and she said something slick, and I was like, I don't care. You can be mad all you want. I already got your money.
Ah!
You already bought the ticket. Like you can be mad. I got your money. You got to pay your tab. So
Right.
we got your money. We got the money for your food and drinks. You can be as mad as you want and cuss me out, but we got your money, so I win.
It's like
You
when
know what I'm
people it's
saying?
like like when people boycott those big corporations by burning the product from where they bought it
Bro, the
from.
dumbest thing ever.
You already paid for it.
And they go. I used to laugh about that. I'm about to be 45, so I'm an old '90s hip hop guy,
Right.
and I never forget. If you ever seen, you out on the West Coast, so you ever seen the Straight Outta Compton when they were crushing the CDs by NWA,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
Easy
yeah.
E was like, I don't care. They bought them motherfuckers.
You got paid
You know what
for
I
it.
mean? So you went out and bought a CD that give them money just to destroy you.
I
So that's
mean,
how I'm about comedy. You can be mad all you want and scream and yell. I'm still kicking you out,
all right. Yeah,
and and
definitely. I
and,
mean, you
and I
have
don't
to.
feel bad about it either.
Because you got to think about everybody else, not just that single person that's just being annoying at the moment, you know.
Bro, well, it's a comedian named Patrice O'Neal, God rest his soul. And Patrice O'Neal said this. He said, it's not I think it was Patrice. He said, it's not the comedian's job to police the audience. It's the audience job to police the audience because you
Yeah.
pay all that money to come see a comedian just to have some asshole next to you that won't stop talking.
Yeah, that's got to
And
be
then
the
now I got to
worst.
stop my show to address this and fight with this person, and you not having a good time. So I always tell people all the time, it's not, it should be the audience, and I've had some audience members that have my back.
Yeah, I mean,
But now I've also had the club get mad at me for throwing people out, and I'm like, you can be mad all you want. Those people were interrupting the show, so your everybody else couldn't have a good time.
yeah.
You
You
can be upset all you want. Everybody else couldn't have a good time because
exactly.
these folks wouldn't shut the hell up.
Yeah, and then you get different crowds in different parts of the world that tolerate. I mean, different parts of the country that tolerate different
Oh
levels
yeah,
of
yeah,
annoyance.
yeah. You go up north, you go to New York, they beating you up if you interrupting the show.
I heard
Like
that. You
they
know who
they
I
don't
hear
like,
that?
look, I done paid money.
You know who
You
I hear that a
somebody got
lot
to get
from?
their ass kicked.
You know who I hear that a lot from is Joey Diaz because I listen to him. I hear that a lot that he says that they'll kick your ass out there for being
Yeah,
rude.
yeah, they don't want that. Yeah, because you think, man, the average comedy ticket going for $20, $25.
Ah,
You got you with your lady, you done paid 50. If you got kids, you done got a babysitter.
yeah.
You got food, you got drinks, you done took a Uber. You like
Mm-hmm.
all this money to go into a good date night
Yeah.
just for some drunk motherfucker to ruin the night for everybody.
It's not good,
Like, come
man.
on, man.
That's definitely not where you want to be at. I mean, some people do love attention though, and they love to draw that to them, you know. So they'll do it on purpose, even if they're not drunk, right? I'm pretty sure there's those crowds
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Well, usually those are the people who've never been to comedy before. Like
Ah,
I had a lady of the week that she had never been to comedy, and she was just whoa, whoa, whoa the whole show. So finally, I stopped and I was like, "Yo, do you want to come up here? Because you can come on stage and I come sit in your spot." And then her friend is like, "This is her first comedy show."
don't
I said, "But is
matter.
this your first comedy show?" She's like, "No." I said, "Then you need to teach your friend to shut the fuck up." during the
Good.
comedy show.
Good.
Like you've been to one before, so you
You
should
know the
get
rules.
you should be yeah, you know the rules. You should be the one to be like, look, hey, you gotta be quiet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's
Guide
usually
them
people
at
who've
least.
never been to a comedy show, who've never been out, who don't get to go to do stuff. When you got people who, it's like going to the movies.
Mm.
It's gonna be somebody in there talking. That's usually the person that don't go to movies that much.
Yeah. Yeah. Those people need to get out more often so they realize that it's not about them, because you
Yeah,
staying at home, yeah, it could be about, I mean, it's definitely about you at home, but once you're out in the world, it's definitely not
it
about
ain't
you.
about you.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what also attracts me about comedy is that the traveling, going to parts of the country that on a regular life nobody ever thinks about going. And I'm talking
Yeah.
about like more towards the center of the country, those towns that nobody
Yeah,
talks
like Des
about.
Moines and the Iowas and yeah, got
Yeah.
Milwaukee, all them. Yeah, I done all them places, man. I did Des Moines, Iowa. I've done what was this? I gotta look it up. I was just recently in where is it, man? It's a little too, bro. I need
It's in the
currency. Let
middle
me
of nowhere
see.
probably.
Oh, bro, it's the middle of nowhere, bro. Middle. Oh, I was in Nebraska,
Ooh,
in like a small town in Nebraska, man. What is the name of it? I can't remember the name of it, but it was a few years ago. But it was like
okay.
tiny. I mean,
How
it
many
was
how many people were in your
tiny,
show?
bro. But there was like 500 people at the show.
Wow. Okay.
Because you got to think those places like that don't
There's nothing else going
do
on.
get they don't get entertainment like that. You know what I'm
Ah.
saying? So when they get entertainment, they're coming to see it.
Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that. I mean, because it's the only thing that there would be to do probably in that weekend, right? And probably for a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, they don't get a lot of people asked to come out. So it was man, I'm looking at it up now, bro.
No, don't worry about it.
So I can give you all the details on it. But it's called the Great American Comedy Festival. And it was in Johnny Carson's hometown in Nebraska, Norfolk, Nebraska. And I went there, and dude, they had a theater, and it was beautiful, beautiful theater, man, beautiful, beautiful. The Johnny Carson Theater, the beautiful theater, and I had a great time. And I actually took my Achilles tendon playing
Oh,
basketball there, so I had to fly home in a full leg cast.
no way.
I'm
That.
not even BSing you, bro.
How did that
Not
happen? Like,
even
did you
BSing
guys
you.
just
Playing
playing basketball?
basketball,
Oh,
we
it's
used to, well, we used to the guy that ran it. He would make us all play basketball. We
after
would
the
all have
show.
to play. Yeah, yeah. No, this was like yeah after shows because you did like two shows,
Okay.
and you did two shows, and they actually paid you. Most of these festivals don't pay you, so this one pay you. And
Okay.
we did the festival, and we would go play ball. And if you ever see comedians, a lot of comedians ain't in shape. I was at the time in shape, and I'm playing basketball, and I'd already tore one of my Achilles tendon before,
Oh,
and I tore my second Achilles tendon 6 years
just
on the
top
day
it
that
off,
I
right?
tore my last Achilles.
It's like you planned it. It's like, all right, this one's good
Yeah.
till then, so I'm gonna mess up the other one
So
now.
yeah, so I had to go home with the broke leg, but I got to go to Nebraska. I mean, I had already been in Nebraska, but I got to go for comedy.
Wow. Yeah. I
You know what
mean,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Because I've been to 42 states and 9 countries, not with
Wow.
comedy, but with the military as well. I
Oh,
worked in the White
yeah.
House for like 5 years.
Oh, okay. Okay. What it would? Can you talk about that?
Oh yeah, yeah. I
What
worked
did you do
under
there?
Clinton for 1 year and Bush for 4 years. I just did presidential communications. I just set away up the White House away from the White House. And so wherever the president went, he had all of his communication
Oh,
stuff in whatever city. So I got to go to 42 states, 9 countries. And
sweet.
with comedy, I've probably been to like 15, 16 different states with comedy.
Wow. That's
So
awesome.
I've got to travel, man. In my younger days, it was dope. It was cool. Get in the car, drive everywhere. Now, bro, if it's 4 hours, I'm getting on the plane. I ain't even.
I feel
I'm
you.
man. I'm old, bro. I hate driving. I can't
It's
stand
tiring,
driving, bro. Now, bro, I be
huh?
like, man, I'm getting on the plane, bro. I ain't.
It's time to
Like
get those tickets,
I'm going
right?
to Indiana in next week. I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's my first time doing comedy there,
Awesome.
and the drive is like 16 hours. And my wife was like, "Yeah, you gonna drive?" I was like, "Nope, I'm about to jump on this Allegiant. Yes, I'm about to jump on this $32 flight and go on up here in this snow." So yeah, but the travel is cool. It just beats you up a lot.
I bet,
It's
yeah.
late nights and bad food. So yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask. The next question was like, what about the food? Where's the worst food that you've had out of all the places that you've been, either
Oh,
with the
bro, all comedy
military?
club food awful.
Oh, that's right. Oh
I mean, it
man,
ain't that it's awful. It's the same thing. All comedy club food is the same. It's chicken
burgers and fries.
tenders, chicken wings, burgers, and fries. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a club in Port Charlotte, Florida, called Vasani's Comedy Club. Has the best food. It's an Italian steakhouse.
Oh, that sounds
It
good.
has the best food, and then the second best food in any other comedy club with the DC Improv. They got this 5 cheese pasta, bro. I ordered that shit every night.
That's
I was eating pasta every night, bro. So
man. I
it's
could.
a couple that got good food, but for the most part, most of them you go to, it's the same. It's burgers, fries, chicken tenders, and wings and
Man,
salad.
but that pasta sounds like it could become a problem though. Definitely with three
Oh yeah,
cheese.
but I used to get it to go. I used to get it so I can eat it back at the hotel room. I don't eat before shows because if I did, I'd be spitting out on everybody.
Yeah, that's cool, man. See, that's what I thought that you would got, but no, wait. Do you get to try different foods? I mean, because I'm pretty sure your shows are only for one day and then you're out of there, right? Or do you get to
Oh,
hang out?
yeah, yeah, you whatever. I used to do the Triple D. What is it? Dine-ins, drivers, and dives. That show. It's a show on the Cooking
Um,
Network about Guy Fieri when he goes to different restaurants,
okay.
and so if I'm in a city, I will look up what restaurant was on like the Food Network,
Okay.
like what was on one of them, type things. So I would do that. I do that all the time, but it depends on, some shows are weekends, some shows you
Okay.
do Friday and Saturday, some clubs are Wednesday through Sunday. Some
Uh,
clubs are Thursday through Sunday, so it depends and some clubs are one nighters. So it depends on the club and what they do. Like the club I'm about to go do up next week is only 2 nights, but
right.
the club I'm doing the following week is 4 nights.
Oh wow, that's gonna be a little bit
So it just
longer.
depends, man. And then a week after that I got a one nighter.
Oh, okay, not bad.
So it depends, man. It depends on the city, the club, and where the show going.
Now, when you go on the road, is that when you practice your sets, or when you're at home, you got a place where you
Now,
practice?
home. When you're home, you're doing open mics and you're working on the material and stuff like that to take on the road. Now, I've been doing the same set for a few years, so
Okay,
every now and then I throw a little something new into it. But
just
for
to
most
add a
time,
little
most
more
comedians you
sharpness
see,
to it.
yeah, most comedians you see been doing the same set for a couple of years. There's some that switch they set up every 2 years, and my hat's off to them. But a lot of comics you see been doing the same set for probably about 4 or 5 years. Because you're doing it. The rule is once it's on TV, you stop doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Because
right.
the show you do in Orlando, the person in Milwaukee, Wisconsin ain't
Everybody
saw the
sees
show.
it. Yeah,
You know what I'm
everybody.
saying? So the rule of thumb was always you when you get, on once it's on TV, then you scrap it and start all over.
Okay, so then you've been with your material for 2 years, so nothing special yet, no specials yet, or
No, I've been doing this material for way more than 2 years, bro. I
oh,
got a
oh
son that's
okay.
22, and I'm still talking about him, the Tooth Fairy. But I've
Hey, if
done
it works, it
I've
works,
done a
right?
show on. Yeah, it still works though. I did Nick Mom a few years ago. It's my first TV credit, and
Oh,
then just
awesome.
recently I did something called Funny Not Famous on Afrotainment, Infinity Comcast, and then I also just taped a 30-minute special that we've been trying to shop
Nice.
to Netflix and a
Congratulations.
bunch of other stuff. And I just recently won Steve Harvey's stand-up comedy
Oh,
competition.
you did?
I beat out a
Nice.
thousand comedians worldwide, and I won that. I won Florida's
Nice.
funniest. So I've got some accomplishments, man.
Oh,
I'm just
congratulations,
waiting
man.
for that break, man. Appreciate it, bro. Waiting for
Yeah.
that break, dude. And
Hey,
so that's what I did when I got on the TikTok. I was like, a lot of comedians were getting seen on TikTok, so I started TikToking more. Like I didn't TikTok at all. Like I probably had like 4 or 5 videos. You know what I mean? So I
right.
got on TikTok and I actually started doing well. I went from 200 followers to 26,000 followers in like 2 weeks.
That's great. See, that's good. That's the beauty about TikTok right now, because apparently, Facebook, you used to accumulate followers at a certain rate, and then came Instagram, and then you started accumulating followers at a little faster rate. And now with TikTok, it just like overnight you could become viral.
It was, dude, for real. I had 280 followers
Right.
maybe, and I was following like 280 people. You know what I mean? I ain't know. So I was trying everything. So the thing I do now, I had posted this commercial of Tom Brady in the bread commercial. And
Okay.
when the bread comes out of the cologne like bottle, and it was creepy.
I
It
was,
was funny, but it was creepy.
you know
So
what? So I'm
I
sorry. Go
posted
on.
it. Yeah, I posted it and it did good. So a friend of mine was like, "Hey man, that commercial thing was funny. Do it again." So I posted another one, and it did good too. It was another funny, creepy commercial. So I saw this thing on TikTok called the 30-day TikTok challenge, and it was a guy for 30 days straight. He posted a TikTok for 30 days straight. I said, "Cool, I'm gonna do these commercials for 30 days straight," and I did. So for 30 days, I did funny but real creepy commercials, and not till day 19 one of the commercials blew up and hit 1 million views. And once that
Sweet.
blew up, the next one was at 700,000, and the next one 600,000, and then one next thing you know, I was at 10,000 followers, and then next
Nice.
thing you know, I was at 20,000. So now I'm at 26,000, and right now my commercials were at their my TikToks are getting about they were only getting 200 views. Now they're
That's where I'm
getting
at.
at 10,000 a minimum now.
That's
You know what I'm
good.
saying? So like, man, that was dope. Now none of them stuff is mine. You know, the stuff that I posted on TikTok that are like stuff I create, they still get about 1,500 views, which is still cool compared to what I was getting.
Exactly.
But
It's
the
just
commercials, like, people send me messages suggesting commercials.
oh
Like, hey man, you should
wow.
post this one. Hey
So,
man, you should post this one. Oh, dog, oh, this one's funny. And so I post them, and then I tag that person in the post and be like, hey man, I appreciate you, for sending me the commercial.
that you know what?
And that's
That's what's cool about once you what I've noticed that once somebody grows to a certain level, like the thinking of what you want to, what content you want to make, it becomes a little easier because then you got more people suggesting you stuff that you could be doing, and then you can pick out their brain. But when you're starting with your social media and you have absolutely zero credibility or any of that, then it's a lot harder because you have to build that credibility. You know.
yeah, yeah, and you do, man. And it's a few guys that are on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook that are good friends of mine that blew up
Wow.
during the pandemic. They were making TikToks and putting out content, and so now I'm behind. I'm 2 years behind, and now I'm like, hey man, y'all need to teach me. I got a
Gotta
10-year
catch up.
old that taught me and my wife how to do the little transition from one shirt and then another shirt, like a 10 year
Okay.
old.
Yeah.
She had to teach us
Oh,
how to, cause we didn't know. Me and my wife didn't know, so our 10-year-old taught us how to do a TikTok.
but at least you
You know what I
had
mean?
somebody to teach you. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So all these guys out here on TikTok that are doing good, I'm like, man, you can make some money. Do a class.
Yeah.
Teach somebody how to do them, because there's a lot of us guys are old guys. We don't know how to do this shit.
And you
You
know
know what I'm
what?
saying? Like I go watch YouTube videos. That's how I was learning.
Right. You know what? That's why I wanted to for the longest I wanted to do something because I was searching to do something and I didn't know how to start. So I my search, if you could go back to my Google search back in those days when I was seeking to do something, it was all how do you start this or somebody like that's a warehouse worker, how did they do this and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's how my searches work because that's what I used to work before. Now I do construction. You know, it's a little better, but I'm not trying to do that because it takes a lot of my time for this that I really want to do. And
Uh-huh.
also, I have to wake up early, so that's why it's hard for me to decide whether I want to give up sleeping until at least 3, 4 in the morning because that's the time I get up to go to work, and go to sleep early or go to sleep late and sacrifice that a little more and
Well,
go.
hey, bro, it's about the sacrifice. I
I
have a
hear
day
you.
job. I work at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
So
it's
I've done
tough.
shows and I've gotten home at 1:30 in the morning and I went to sleep and I had to wake my ass up at 6 to get dressed to drive to work. Now, I'm lucky now because I work from home
Yeah.
now. So, well, at least till March. I've been working from home for 2 years because of the pandemic. So
Okay.
I'm lucky now, but yeah, I get it, man. And then the thing about it is, especially when I don't know if you have a family or not,
I
like
do.
kids or
I do. I
anything.
got two boys.
So with that, so you get off work, you want to spend time with your kids,
Yeah.
and you want to got to spend time with your wife and your family, and then they want to do stuff, but then it's late, and then now you're trying to get some sleep, and then you're waking up the next morning to work all day, and then you get off work, and then you got radio, you got podcasts, you got comedy, and then you come
Mhm.
home, and it's 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and you're getting about 4 hours of sleep. But you got to think, man, that hard work, it'll pay
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Look at Kevin Hart. I don't think Kevin Hart get any sleep.
It doesn't seem like he does, right?
Bro,
So many things he
that dude
does.
always working, man. But it's about, getting out there and getting your name out and letting people know, dude. I commend you for, being able to do a podcast and
Thank
then
you.
you gotta get up at 4 in the morning and
Yeah.
and and I'm a computer guy, so I'm sitting in the office, you out in the sun.
I don't want to
You know
be
what I'm
there though.
saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? But
But
you
you know
got a
what?
family to take care of for now. So
That's
it is
true.
what it is.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, like usually my schedule goes when I have recording to do. Like today, for example, I got home over here is right now is 6:30, but I got home at 4:45. So I got home, ate a little dinner, get ready, and then I sat with my kids, gave them a hug and a kiss real quick, and then I came back here into my little studio to start getting set up for that. So I only got with them today so far about 15 minutes, and after I'm done here, I got to see what I'm gonna do with my TikTok because I got to keep that going. But by
Yeah.
that time, it's already probably like 7:30, 7:45, and the kids get put to bed at 8. So it's hard. It's really hard, and sometimes I even feel bad. I'm like, should I stop doing what I'm doing? But I don't want to because I want them to see the success in in
Oh
the
yeah,
in the
the
part of
facts.
not
You
giving
want them
up.
to see, and also it's something that you could pass back to them. You can pass down to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the whole generational wealth thing where you build something for your kids. You build
Mhm.
something, and then when you're gone, you're gonna leave it to your children,
There's a
and then they
lot
can
of
leave it to their kids.
there's a lot of haters out there, and I used to be one of those where I would see somebody succeed, and I would be like, "Oh, but they already had money. They weren't struggling." But I don't think I stopped looking at things that way because that's why I never had the courage to say, fuck it, this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm just gonna start
Yeah.
doing it with whatever I had. Because when I started the podcast, it was just me and my buddy. I actually started by myself, but after like 2-3 episodes, I brought one of my buddies. But we used to do it with the little lavalier mics, so I would used to just get that, plug it up to my phone, and just start recording with my phone. And
Bruh.
along the way, I figure out what I could use: a roadcaster, a laptop, and now I need a few other things still that I got to get. But I'll get there eventually. I'm not worried about it. I'll get there.
Bruh, when we used to record in studio for radio, we were in like a radio station, big time radio station here in Orlando, iHeartMedia. Real radio is like real big in Orlando, for talk radio.
Okay.
And we were in studio, and then when the pandemic happened, we had to go home. Bro, you see this headset I got on? This is what I was using on
It's a
radio.
trucker headset, right? You gotta
Yeah,
you
because
gotta
this
work
is
what
my
you
work
got.
headset. So I was using this for work. Then we got a new guy on our show who's sponsoring our show, and so he bought us these because our
Ah.
sound used to be terrible. So now I'm just waiting. I'm working on getting some new head. I still use these because I don't want to feel like buying a new headset.
They're comfortable.
But
They work. What do you want to
they
do,
comfortable,
right?
they work. But I get made fun of because I still got this thing right here. So they make fun of me because of this thing right here. But yeah, when we first started doing radio, we were on StreamYard and we had little headsets. All of
Right.
us had these headsets. And
Right.
I was lucky. I already had mine because I worked for T-Mobile with Sprint
Oh,
T-Mobile,
okay.
so I already had my headset. I ain't had to worry about it. But then we started listening to it on the radio, and we're like, "Yo, this sounds terrible."
We got to do something
And
about
we
it.
got to then we if you want people to keep listening, it got to sound good.
At least
You know what I
clean.
mean?
Yeah.
So a guy came in, start helping us out, and bam, here we go. And we got better sound now. And I've listened to the show the other day, and it sound good. It sound real good. So we're proud of what we got. So you always
That's good.
remember, where you start. Like, I even with comedy, I go look at one of my old sets
Uh huh.
compared to who I am now, and totally
Night and
different,
day, right?
night and day.
Yeah.
Hold on real quick. My wife is all up on me. No, I'm good, man. She trying to make me some food, yo.
All right, all right. That's good. That's good. That's good. Don't deny that.
Yeah, nah, man. We about to go to. We going after this. We're going to a movie. So
Oh,
we late night. We late night movie people, bro. We'll go see a 10 o'clock movie
oh, that's
because
good.
ain't
Yeah.
nobody in the theater.
What movie you gonna go watch?
Some Moonfall, the
Uh,
Halle Berry movie with the moon trying to eat the earth or some shit like that. I don't know. It's late
okay.
night. We
Well,
don't care.
all
We
right.
got we got Regal Pass. It's like $20 a month, and you go to as many movies as
Are
you
you
want. So we just
serious?
go.
Regal
Yeah.
has a pass 20. When was this? When did
I
I
don't know
miss
if it's in
this?
I don't know if it's in the Cali, but yeah, they got the and AMC got it called AMC A List. AMC A List is $20. You can see 3 movies a week. But with Regal, you can go see as many movies you want
That's something to look
for
into.
$20 a month. Yeah. So that's
Definitely.
our thing. We
Yeah.
movie people. Bro, I'm on your TikTok. This only you don't even look the same.
What are you talking about? That's me. I
You
probably
look like
have
you
more
got
hair right now. That's why.
you like you got because you look like you got makeup on the Zoom.
No,
Is it
I
the
don't know
lighting?
why. It's probably the lighting because I got the light on. It's probably the
Yeah,
light.
yeah, you don't look that.
Yeah. Who's the biggest artist you've done? You've opened or you medaled for or?
Man, dude, I everybody. Patrice O'Neal, Paul Mooney, Eddie Griffin, um, um,
Wow.
Jim Norton, um, shoot, man, Bill Bellamy, uh, Guy Torrey.
Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, I've opened for
You're talking about
Arnaz J.
you're
I've
talking about
opened for a
older
few people.
names like those names. I've only heard the names, but I was talking about like
Uh,
current day, current like
well, that's the thing. Those guys, if you're really into comedy, are still current.
right. I no no no. But
They're still big in the
I'm talking
clubs.
about
But
like
I mean, if you want to think of anybody new, DC Young
yeah
Fly.
that I have not heard.
Yeah, DC Young Fly is on Wild 'N Out. He's one of the Wild
Oh,
'N Out
from
guys.
Mile Now. Okay, I know that
Yeah,
show. I know
85
that.
South Boy. So I've done a
That's
spot on his
cool.
show.
That's
But
cool.
like but most of the guys who are like the Chappelles and the Kevin Harts and stuff like that, now you won't get a chance to open for them. They already got
They already got
people
the
they
crew,
roll with.
right? Yeah.
So the people I open for be comedians that that were big in the '90s and early 2000s, but they're
Mhm.
still on the doing the comedy
Well,
club.
they're at the top of their
Yeah,
game
yeah,
right
they're at the top
now.
of the food chain. But that's how comedy is, bro. Comedy, one of them things. I mean, now you got some people who get big in a couple of years, but for the most part, most comedians you see, man, they 20, 25 years in the game before anything ever happens for them.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of different podcasts from comedians, and that's what they say. A lot of them, it's not going to happen overnight.
It's not overnight, unless you get blow up on social media, then yeah.
But even then,
But
how
for the
good are you going to be?
I plead the fifth.
No, I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying in general.
No, no,
Like,
I'm not gonna. Yeah, no, I plead the fifth. I plead the
right?
fifth.
Yeah. That's good. No, the only reason I was asking because I was listening a little bit of the last episode that you posted on the radio. What's
Uh-huh.
it called? Talk radio? Is it again?
Yeah, yeah, the
Okay.
real laughs.
Yeah, you guys were talking about something about opening with Theo Vaughn or something like that.
Yeah, a
Uh,
friend of ours opened for Theo Von. I actually opened for Theo Von as well
Yeah.
a
See
couple years
that
ago.
name I know, and I've seen some of a lot of his jokes too.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the ones.
So Theo Vaughn was in Orlando, and we got a friend of ours named Jake Rika that opened for Theo Vaughn. So,
Nice.
well, then if you look at the newest clip we posted, we interviewed Preacher Lawson,
Oh,
and Preacher's
okay.
a new up and coming young comic now too. So yeah, yeah. So and a lot of times when a lot of the comics that come to Orlando at the Improv, we have an Improv here. We try to interview those guys. So we got to interview Lavelle Crawford, Ari Spears, Tommy Davidson, Polar Bear Gonzalez, Preacher Lawson. So we're trying to interview a lot of celebrities like
That's
or
good.
comics that are coming through now.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's wonderful. Yeah, I see that you and your crew that you guys have a lot of fun doing your radio talk show and
Yeah, and we're all comics.
Yeah, I saw that. That's
Yeah, we're
good.
all comedians and we all known each other for years. Like we're actually friends. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So we've
Oh, that's
all
good.
known each other for years. So we have really good chemistry
Because
together.
you guys
Even
know each
even
other.
outside, yeah, even outside of radio, we're you know we're clowns. You know what I mean? Like we are assholes. So
You're comedians. What do
it's
you
cool.
expect?
Yeah, it's cool to be to be able to do radio with your friends
Right.
because
I
you know
bet.
each other. You know what to say. You know as a comic. All right, well I'm not having a funny night, but I know somebody else is going to have a funny night and pick it up where I can't pick it up at.
Right. And it'll probably give you a boost because you'll pick up off what he's going. And then, you guys are comics,
Yeah,
so
and
you'll
then you
get
kind of
each
feed
other.
off of that energy.
Yeah, the energy. If it's there, then it makes it more entertaining for
Yeah,
the viewer, or the listener, right? Rather.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, Kent, I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much for giving me this conversation.
Hey man, it's Ken, bro.
No, did I say Kent?
Yeah, man. Dang, good call me Clark Kent, bro. I'm beefing with people on Facebook
Oh
right
my
now, bro.
god.
Talking about Superman better than Batman, bro. I would
Oh,
hurt somebody today, bro.
I apologize. I did not mean to
It's
do.
all good. I know I'm messing with you, bro. I'm messing with you.
Now I feel bad. Now I'm gonna feel bad. Now I'm gonna be like, man, I finally made a comedian friend, and now he's gonna be mad at me.
Nah, well, hey man, whenever you get through that 5 minutes, man, put it up and let me see it, man. I'll help you
you,
give you some pointers,
you know
brother.
what? I'm gonna do it now because I feel a little bit more good about it. Having talked to it, I've talked to another comedian in the past, but it didn't really get into this. It was just more of like getting to know him, But with
Hmm.
you, uh, you are obviously more experienced than the previous person that I talked to. So
Well, I like that. That's one thing I tell people. I love talking comedy. Like I
yeah,
love talking about stand up. Like I can talk about stand up for hours. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
right. That's good.
They call me the Godfather of Orlando comedy. I'm the mentor for all these young guys. You know what I mean? And I love talking comedy. I love teaching comedy. So I can talk comedy for hours. I love comedy.
Yeah, there.
So I'm telling you now, bro, just do it. Just write a 5 minute routine. Go to open mic, invite your family, and just try it once. Just
I
try it
have to.
one
I
time
have to. I have to.
and
It's
try
one
it
of my
once.
to
Yeah.
do lists right now because I've been saying it for like the past month or so that I really wanted to try it because it's been getting more. I've been getting more of the desire of like just to give it a shot, But I've sat down here and wrote a couple of things down, but obviously it's been my first couple of tries, so it's got a lot
Mm.
of work. But it's not. I'm not in a hurry. I just got to
Yeah,
sit
you
down
take
and,
your
and,
time,
and
man.
do
Take
it.
your time. But whenever you're ready, go on and jump on it, bro.
Definitely, definitely. Well, Ken, I didn't mess it up this time. I got it right this
It's
time.
all
I
good.
want to thank you for giving me this conversation and getting to know. And you have an open invitation anytime you want to come back. If you don't have, I know you're a busy man. I know you're a busy dude. You got a lot of going on. But if one of those times you feel like coming back on and having another conversation, like I said, you have an open invitation from me.
Appreciate it, man.
And
Thanks for having me, bro.
yes,
Hey, which one of these TikToks is yours? You got like 8 of them. It's like
R2 cents.
85 R2 is R2 underscore cents. That's you.
Yes, with the
All right,
yellow background and red picture.
yeah. Hey, all right, so I just followed you, bro.
All right, awesome. Thank you, thank you. But like I said, please go ahead and plug again everything you got going on, and please send me an email with all your links and everything you have going on, so I can add it to the description of the episode.
Okay, we'll do. So if you find me, man, I'm on TikTok, Vids by Ken, Instagram, Ken Miller 30, Facebook fan page, Ken Miller Comedy. And we want to hear our radio show. You can look up Real Laughs on Real Radio or Real Laughs on iHeartRadio. You can find our radio show and download that. But I'm really trying to get the Instagram up.
All
So
right,
Ken Miller 30 on Instagram. Go on, follow, and then send me a message like, "Y'all heard you on the podcast." And
awesome.
I appreciate it. But thanks for having me, brother. Me and my wife about to go to the movies.
Thank you, and that's why I'm cutting it off because I want you to enjoy your day because I want you to have fun, man. I really appreciate you.
Appreciate it, big dog, man. Hey, good luck with what you're doing, bro, man.
Hey, thank you.
I see what you're doing, and good luck with it. And just know, man, the shit hard.
It's
You
not
got a
easy.
family, you got to work. Hey, trust me, bro. A few years you're gonna look back on this and be like, yeah, man, this it was a dope thing I did.
That's what those are the days I'm looking forward to. So like I said, I'm not in a hurry. I know they'll come if I remain consistent on doing it. So
Yes,
it's
sir,
it's
man.
not a
Well, all right,
race.
brother. Be easy, man.
Thank you. You as well. Thank you very much
All right,
again
take care.
for
Yeah,
having this with me.
anytime.
Thank you. Well, that was a wonderful conversation, ladies and gentlemen. What did I see? This is the kind of conversations I like because I get to learn something. See, I didn't know how much time I should be doing. I thought it was just like do a minute and you should be all right, but it's not. It's not. The goal is 5. Hopefully, hopefully one day I will get the guts to do it because I have to. This is one of the things that one of the many things that I have to do. Anyways, Mr. Ken Miller, I really, really appreciate you and your time. You, sir, are a wonderful person, and I really, really had a good time having a conversation with you. I really appreciate you, and thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, please hit that subscribe button, whether you're on Spotify, wherever the hell you are. Just hit that subscribe button and help me out. I need this to keep going. We're gonna roll. Anyways, this is right here our 2 cents, and that's it for today. Deuces.